and our ending cash was $7,840.47. And what we started with was $7,583.81. How's it going? It's Rocky. Every Friday I release content on my experience trading the E-mini and the micro E-mini features. My main goal of doing this every Friday is because it helps me stay accountable to my trades and it helps me improve. And at the same time, I want to show you what a real world experience is for someone who's trading, I guess a beginner trader. I've been paper trading since 2002. And about 10 years ago, I started looking into the markets again. And I want to say about 3 or 4 years ago is when I was really more active on trading for daily income. But overall, I still consider myself a beginner. I really lean towards long-term investments and index funds and really set and forget type mentality. And essentially, I'm doing this trading on a smaller part of my net worth because it is a passion of mine, and I want to see if I can outpace my growth in day trading or swing trading compared to my set and forget portfolio. I only traded once this week, and because of that, my goal really is to get this video done in under 7 minutes and basically talk about the one trade that I do have. So this is our 1 hour chart where it's showing it starting from Sunday when the market opened to today, Friday. And I want to show you here that one trade that I did do, and this trade between this blue line here and this orange line here netted us a total of $256.66. And that is after we subtract the commissions and fees. And this was basically 7 contracts that we did trade of the micro Dow Jones Industrial Average, or the MYM. And I did draw the horizontal line here to show when I entered, and basically, the average from that 7 contracts was 35,391, and when we did exit at 35,473. Now let me just bring the calculator here so we can calculate how many points that is. So we exited at roughly 35,473 and we entered at 35,391, and that's basically 82 points that it increased by. So with 7 contracts, that equates to $256.66 after commissions and fees. And what you can see from this trade here from the 1 hourly chart, which makes it clear, is I did have a good entry here at around 8 o'clock, so 8 p.m. so during the Globex market, and I started with 4 contracts, and it was a good entry that I wanted to basically jump in on that momentum as it was going up. So I added 2 more contracts here at around 9 o'clock on the 9 o'clock hourly candle, and really I could have exited from this trade, but at midnight when it reached its peak, I was already, of course, asleep. And to protect myself, I put an OCO, but I guess my OCO was a bit too wide. I had about 200 points above and 200 points below on the trailing stop. So risk to reward ratio of 1-to-1. So that's something I just need to adjust a bit more, because with this trade, I actually was underwater the next morning. And thankfully it did recover back, and we were able to exit and have that net profit of $256.66. So what's been great with trading this micro is, again, I got better with my position size, so I'm not getting in trouble with my margin call or anything of that nature, which caused a lot of those big losses that I've had a few months ago in multiple occasions when I was trading the E-mini. Now here is the regular 5-minute time-based chart that I have on the left, and the 512 ticks on the tick base on the right that I normally use. So essentially this 5 minutes is what determines when I do enter a trade. And the reason that I did enter here at about the 820 candle is the signs are starting to look bullish, and basically the MACD has already crossed over before that about an hour ago, but I was seeing a more diverging sign here, and we were on the overbought side on the stochastic RSI. And really what I was waiting for is, if we look on the tick base, I was really waiting for a bigger gap, which started showing here on around that time that I did enter. Sometimes it's a bit worrisome to enter a bullish position when we are below the zero line on the MACD, but really that's I've convinced myself that by having both the time base and the tick base, and when they're both in agreement, it gives me a better probability of it being successful. Again, it's a probability, there's no sure thing in trading here. So again, not the best trade to show, but the end result is positive. And really what I wanted to be able to point out is, my lesson that I'm learning here is just be more conservative on my risk to reward ratio, because this trade should have just lasted 2 hours and we were able to get the profit of still close to that $200, and that should have been it. I shouldn't have had to deal with this drawdown here where my trade went from positive to negative. But that's a lesson that I'm learning, and again, I'll be more conservative on those OCOs that I point out. But me putting an existing OCO on a trade instead of just leaving it open, it's a really big step for me. If you watch my previous content in the past, I would not have that OCO there, and basically I would let loss compound and compound until my account got into trouble. So I think I'm headed in the right direction in my maturity and growth in trading the futures. Now let's review our account statement, where you can see here that I didn't trade on Sunday and Monday, and again, I did not trade on Thursday and Friday. I really just did that one trade. There's two numbers you see there because we did go through mark to market. So on the first one, holding it past the 115 on Tuesday, our account was down $195.65. But by the next day, it recovered most of it, and happy to say that we did make $256.66 for the week. And now here's our account statement, where I show transparency on how we're doing, and I do measure my success based on our cash balance. So that's realized profit, not unrealized gains or anything of that nature. If we go through this description here, you can see that I did not make any deposit or did not make any withdrawals. So it's pretty simple this week. And our ending cash was $7,840.47. And what we started with was $7,583.81. And that's how we came up with our total of $256.66. So I say, that's a nice side hustle that could take care of basically food on the weekends, a couple weekends really, or maybe just your grocery for the month. So I think that's a nice side hustle there. And like what I always do, I like to compare that just to have an apples to apples comparison on a 9 to 5 income, where it's 40 hours in the US. So we divide it by 40 hours. So that's equates to about $6.41 per hour. But in reality, how I was trading this, I did not put in the 40 hours this week. So our hourly rate is actually a bit higher than that. And the other metric that I like to show now is basically the percentage gain, where our gain was $256.66, and we divided that by our starting cash, which was $7,583.81. Multiply that by 100, and for this week we had a gain of 3.4%. So not too bad. It's pretty conservative. Gain is a gain, and I'm happy to say that that's pretty much 5 green weeks in a row. The numbers are not there, but the consistency is definitely there. And basically I'm just preparing for when the contracts do change. So something I want to point out here is these are the micro futures. You can go on the tab Market Watch, and it can shows you all the micro futures that you can trade on TD Ameritrade, and you see that there's a U21 here. So U21 basically shows you that it's a September contract. So this contract will expire on September 15th. So the next 2 weeks there'll be a bit of volatility and you never want to get to a point where you're stuck on a contract and you could get in some trouble with that one. So the next 2 weeks I'm going to be even more conservative until we switch over to that new December contract where it usually happens on the 15th, but it gets really tricky. So something to always pay attention to is the volume. So when the volume on the contract that you're currently in is less than the other one, then that's when you need to switch over. Just a bit of a rule of thumb there, and I'm sure there's other information which will tell you more details on when to really do that. But anyway, hopefully I kept that under 7-minute mark, and have a nice Labor Day weekend. It's a 3-day weekend. Market will be closed on Monday. Hope you enjoy your time with your family and friends. Hope you enjoyed the content that I'm providing here. And if you did enjoy it, please do like and subscribe. And if not, hopefully on the next one, you'll enjoy or learn something. All right, see ya.